day, dear students. This is Жанна Бугибаевна. Welcome to Business English course. Today's theme is careers. So before we start our lesson, let me introduce you with the plan of the lesson. First, we are going to talk about difference between job, work, and career. Then I'll introduce you with the essential job vocabulary. So if you're ready, let's get started. A lot of English learners confuse the words job, work, and career. Today I am going to teach you how to use each one correctly, as well as various collocations or typical phrases in which you can use these words. So a job is a regular official activity that you do and receive money for your activity. It is also called a profession or an occupation. You can have a full-time job that is 40 hours per week or a part-time job around 25 hours per week. When someone is looking for a job, this is sometimes called a job hunt or job search. If you have a friend who's looking for a job, you can ask them, how's the job hunt going? To find a job, you can check the job listings online or in the newspaper. These are small advertisements about job openings, that is, job opportunities. The process of trying to get a specific job when you send your resume or CV to a company is called applying for a job. If the company offers you the job and you say yes, then you have gotten the job. So there are some different ways of describing a job. You can describe a demanding job that requires a lot of effort. Being an emergency surgeon is a demanding job. You have to be on call 24 hours a day. If a job is fulfilling or rewarding, it makes you feel good. For example, working with refugee children was one of the most rewarding jobs I've had. An entry-level job, a job that can be done by someone who is beginning their career, which doesn't require much experience or many skills. For example, Daniel got an entry-level job as an administrative assistant. A dead-end job, a job that has no opportunities for advancement or promotions. For example, being a truck driver is a dead-end job. A high-powered job, a dynamic and important job. For example, after she published her book, she got a high-powered job as director of a national newspaper. And a lucrative job, a job where you earn a lot of money. For example, my mother wants me to marry a guy with a lucrative job like a doctor or lawyer. The word job is a countable noun. You can say, right after graduating from college, I worked 2 jobs so that I could pay off my student loans faster. Terry has had 7 jobs in the past 5 years. The word work is more general than job, whereas job is a specific occupation or profession. Work refers to general efforts and activities done to accomplish a goal. Work can be done with inside an official job and outside a job. You can say you work at for a company. For example, I work at General Motors. You can say you are working on a project, a task. For example, I am working on a market analysis, or I am working on improving customer satisfaction. You can say you work with people or objects. I work with special needs children, or I work with hazardous chemicals. The word work also refers to the context of a place of employment. So we can say, I start work at 7 a.m. I finish or I leave work at 4:30. More informal way to say is, I get off work at 4:30. We go to work by car. Don't say, we go to a job by car. I went to the bar with some friends from work. I can't access Facebook when I'm at work. Work is an uncountable noun, so it is not used in the plural. Don't say, I have 3 works to do this week. Instead, say, I have 3 projects, 3 things, 3 tasks, 3 assignments to do this week. There is only one exception when you're talking about works of art or literature. But for everyday work around the house or in the job, it's always work is singular. Your career is a total progression of your professional life. It can include many different jobs over the years. You can have a career in a field, for example, a career in politics, journalism, teaching, and finance. To embark on a career, begin a career. Pursue a career means make an effort to have a career. Describing a career as promising career, it means a career with good future potential. A varied career, a career with jobs in many different areas. The expression is career prospects means career opportunities. To switch your career means change your career. When your career takes off, it means your career starts to become very successful. At the height peak of your career, at the most successful point of and ruin your career, it means when your career is destroyed. So, do you see these questions? In conversational English, where do you work? What do you do? What do you do for your living? So, if you come across with such kind of questions, how would you answer? And how do you answer this question if you don't have a job? So you can say, I'm unemployed, or I'm between jobs at the moment. If you work for yourself, you can say, I'm self-employed, or I own a small business or restaurant, graphic design company, or so on. So let's learn some essential employment vocabulary. When you are officially accepted into a new job at a company, you are hired by the company. For example, I was hired by an insurance company just 2 weeks after graduating from college. When you're hired, you become an employee of the company. The company becomes your employer. The other employees in the company are your colleagues or co-workers. The person above you who is responsible for your work is your boss or supervisor. As an employee of the company, you earn a salary, money you receive regularly for your work. Don't say win a salary, get a salary. The correct verb is earn a salary. If you're good at a job, you might get a pay raise or a raise, an increase in your salary. You could also get a promotion, an increase in importance and authority. At the end of the year, some companies give a bonus, extra money for work well done. The opposite of hire is fire, when your company forces you to leave your job. For example, Peter was fired because he never came to work on time. Usually, if someone is fired, they did something bad. If an employee loses his or her job because of a neutral reason, like the company reducing its size, we say the employee was laid off. For example, Donna was laid off when her company started having financial problems. If you decide to leave your job, there are 3 verbs you can use. I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to leave my job, and I'm going to resign. Quit, it is informal. Resign is formal. And leave can be formal or informal. When an old person decides to stop working, the verb for this, retire. In most countries, people retire at around the age of 65. Let's review that we have learned from this lesson. Listen and repeat to practice your pronunciation. Hire, employee, employer, colleague, co-worker, boss, supervisor, fire, laid off, earn a salary, get a pay raise, get a promotion, get a bonus, quit your job, leave your job, resign from your job, retire. So now you can use these phrases and expressions in your speech. That is it for today. See you next week.